Hey, what's up? I know you guys are seeing this a little late. I've got a really big queue of scheduled videos going up. Kind of just trying to decrease my workload, make it so I'm not actually working my ass off on videos every day so that I don't get tired of this job. But at the time of recording, the Sony Entertainment Japan conference just finished airing. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with it. Granted, the first half of it was really depressing and demoralizing. If you didn't watch it, the first half was pretty much all just American and European games, which is fine and dandy, but it just, I don't know if they shouldn't have opened the conference with that, or they should have put it in the middle or something. But basically, they started off with nothing but American games, which, those games are great, but I don't really think they're gonna, move units in Japan. For people like me who mostly play, fast-paced Japanese action-style games, it was pretty demoralizing. But thankfully, towards the end of the conference, they really picked things up. In terms of the things that they announced that I'll be picking up for sure, they announced a new East game for PS4 and Vita. Having it on Vita is pretty nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting a PS4 anytime soon, despite the things that they announced. It looks pretty cool. It's like full 3D for the first time, which is a pretty big step for them. I don't know, maybe Sony paid Falcom to gave them a bunch of money to, fronted the bill or something, because they're not known for having, really high budget AAA games, but they make really quality gameplay. Their stories are really nothing to write home about. E7 or East Memories of SCEJA had like literally like a 30-second ending. So I won't be buying it for the story or anything, but the combat in that series has really been improving. They've been kind of increasingly making it better and better, which is definitely a good thing, because as you already know, in terms of RPGs or action RPGs, really the only competition that Tales has is East, and East games come out once in a blue moon, like every 2-3 years if you're lucky. So it's nice that Tales is going to get some competition. I think that will help. Hope that series to improve. They definitely need something to encourage them to, not keep screwing things up. But you guys will hear about that in the Tales of Xillia 2 review. They also announced a Dragon Quest Musou. I am not a Dragon Quest fan in the slightest. I like the character designs because they're done by Akira Toriyama. Like pretty much every other person in their mid to late 20s. I was a big Dragon Ball fan back in middle school. So the character designs look pretty cool. It was kind of a random Megaton announcement at the end. I don't know if I'll be getting it. I know people are going to be asking just because it's a Musou game. It looks pretty cool, but honestly, I'm glad that Omega Force is saving the PS4. As you know, prior to this conference that just aired, they've had like really nothing on there. It was really worrying, especially like I said, the first half of the conference was kind of just conveying this message. It's like, the Japanese don't want to develop anything for the PS4, and there's no point in getting one, and they're all pretty much have accepted their shitty iPhone mobile game overlords with, in-app purchases. But thankfully, the end of the conference kind of alleviated that. I think we will be seeing some more really hype Japanese games coming to PS4 and Vita probably in the near future. It just launched over there a couple months ago. They need to give it some time, but I think despite obviously the time constraints they were on, they were under, and the games probably aren't anywhere near finished. I think they did a pretty good job of showing that things actually are coming to it that are from Japan. Uh, at this point, in terms of the Japanese games, I think everybody needs them. It's not really about people being weeaboos and only wanting to play Japanese games. I know there's a lot of people like that. It's more about we need the games that only Japan can bring. Uh, every region, in the world that makes games has their own specific genres that they're known for and that they specialize in, and you go to those specific regions for those games. MMOs and stuff like that. There's a lot of those in both Korea and America. It's mostly where they're made. Uh, First-person shooters, obviously America. Open world games are Europe. They had all that stuff covered, but in terms of stuff that, the Japanese bring, like, obviously JRPGs, fighting games, Musou games, action games, stuff like that. They were really lacking. So I think, despite how bad the beginning of the conference was and the kind of it was pretty much just a total buzzkill, they managed to kind of save things at the end. So in terms of what I'm going to be getting, once again, I'll be getting the new East for sure. I'm kind of a closet East fan. It looks really awesome. Even if I don't get a PS4, I'll be able to get that on Vita since I'll have the capture card. Whenever the hell that's supposed to be announced, it will also be localized too for sure. Xseed and Axis always put out the East games. That shouldn't be a problem. Dragon Quest Musou, I'm not too sure about that, to be honest. I'll have to learn a little more about it. I don't know anything about Dragon Quest. I don't know, slow-paced turn-based combat just doesn't do it for me, but I might check it out. Thanks to based Omega Force, they're pretty much saving that console. They already announced like 3 games for it already. They announced the Samurai Warriors 4 remastered port, which I'm not really going to care about. They announced a new Bladestorm, which is pretty cool. That part of the Omega Force franchises has been pretty much dormant for like 7 years. That's pretty interesting. It's not something I'm going to be getting though. And they announced Dragon Quest Musou. So I'm pretty sure probably within the next year, a year from when this video launches, I will probably have a PS4. They're finally starting to step things up. I think Sony finally realized, they need the games that only Japan can do. It's not just for their own native region, for the sales of the PS4 in Japan, but for the rest of the world as well. There's plenty of people like me, who predominantly play Japanese games, not necessarily because they're weeaboos. I don't really consider myself much of a weeaboo these days, despite I may have been one when I was a teenager. They really need that stuff on the console. They need some more diversity. All the first-person shooters and open-world games and stuff are great, but I don't think they can really survive on that. So you can probably look forward to me getting a PS4 probably sometime within the next year. Once some of those action games actually get localized, I may go ahead and import them regardless. But definitely some pretty exciting things. Just if you didn't watch the conference, don't feel bad. Like I said, the first, I'd say an hour 20 minutes of it was really demoralizing. They opened up with some Vita games, which was pretty surprising. I thought they were kind of just gonna pull that under the rug, or brush it under the rug, like they kind of Sony of America has really been doing that with the Vita. But they showed some stuff. Most of it was for actual Japanese people. The dating sims, the little anime girl sims, all that shit I'm not really interested in, but it's nice that they're showing some support for that console moving forward. A lot of people, a lot of naysayers have been saying the Vita is dead, no one cares about it, but they showed a pretty significant amount of new Vita games coming to the console within the next year, which is a good thing. Granted, probably like 80% of them aren't going to be localized, and pretty much none of them look interesting to me. But I think it's pretty cool. I definitely don't regret asking for a Vita capture card. I will definitely have some stuff to cover in the near future. So with that said, I'm going to sign off. I will probably be continuing the Tales of Xillia 2 series, at least for a little while longer. Probably going to stretch it out as long as I can until I get the Vita capture card shipped back to me, which should hopefully only be a week or two from the time you see this. Until then, I'm probably going to draw it out with that. There's not really anything else interesting on the horizon until Bayonetta 2, which, thanks to my family, I'm probably going to be getting. So please bear with me for the next month, and I will have some more interesting content for you in the near future. Thanks for watching. Peace.